Let's go! Adrenaline! Adrenaline! Running through my veins! Good afternoon, I'm Robin Banks, and welcome to the PODIUM GT-3 Championship. The British Heart Foundation provides funding for research on all kinds of heart disease and defects. It's a very worthy charity, so we support it all we can, and you can too. Follow the link on the webpage, and any help you give, no matter how small, is extremely helpful. Round 5, and we're over the halfway point in the championship. Welcome to Japan and the track at the foot of the glorious Mount Fuji. This is a blisteringly fast circuit with some very technical slow sections thrown in, and as our drivers recover from the Nürburgring, they will need to reset the grey matter, and hopefully the shaking and the twitching will subside after some much-needed counselling. The track is 2.8 miles in length with the longest straight of 0.9 of a mile and a total of 16 corners. In round 4, Brian Messiah delivered another first-class challenge. It seems he is unstoppable. Artie Fanati finished 0.7 seconds back from Brian with a fantastic second place, and Archie Angelo finished up on the podium with a fantastic third, his best result so far. Team Sky Sports had another almost disastrous weekend as 2 drivers retired from the race, leaving Artie Fanati and Stuart LeBoeuf fighting for some much-needed points. I'll hand you over now to our ex-race driver and technical guru, Dave Unshaw, who's out in his Mercedes doing our lap focus. Remember, this used to be an F1 track, so I'm keen to see how Dave attacks it. How's it going, Dave?
Many thanks, Robin. Never done this track before in my life. The guys tell me it's great fun, so here goes with the first lap focus. Banging down the straight towards the first corner at 179 6th gear. Into the first corner, very sharp right-hander, 56 mile/hour second gear, then on the gas, down towards a slight curve, and then into the Coca-Cola, 146 mile/hour fifth gear, and then third gear, 94 into the corner, and then all the way around this 100R in 112 mile/hour fourth gear. It really is hard to try and keep the car on track around here. Then down towards what they call the hairpin, 62 miles/hour second gear, and then back on the gas, up towards the 300R, building speed up to about 162 mile/hour sixth gear, before slamming on the brakes into Dunlop. It's a 37 mile/hour first gear corner, into the right-hander, immediately left, bit of a chicane really, and then up towards Nets, coming out of Dunlop, and into the start of the next section. NETZ, they call it. It's a very long left-hander, followed by a real tight left-hander at the end. And then down towards the Panasonic corner, 65 mile/hour second gear around here. And then onto the main straight and hard on the gas as quick as you can without spinning out. Building up speed to 6th gear and crossing the line at a whopping 173 mile per hour. This really is a superb track, Robin. It's very wide. The guys are going to have great fun around here. Good luck, guys.
Many thanks, Dave. You look like you really enjoyed that. So let's go down to the track and see our lineup for today. On pole position, we have Carlos Puntarino. In second, Damon Puntarino. In third, Brian Messiah. Fourth on the grid, Scott Milano. In fifth, Halen Van Eddy. In sixth, Artie Fanati. Seventh, Wyatt Earp. Eighth, Rico Mortis. Ninth, Alex Anders. 10th, Simon Bouquet. 11th, Fabio Detrelli. 12th, Lydia Champagne. And rounding out the grid in 13th, Stu LeBoeuf. Archie Angelo could not make it, and a few drivers have retired from the championship. So as we start the 5th round of the PODIUM GT-3 2022, and we're away, lots of wheels spin off the grid, as we dive into the first corner, and that's actually what it's called. Into the right-hander, Damon Puntarino tries a lunge around the outside of Carlos Puntarino. Brian tries to slot in along with Artie Fanati and Scott Milano. Damon Puntarino gets pushed out wide and goes all the way back to 7th place. Halen Van Eddy in 5th place. Good start for Halen. Hopefully he can get a good result this round. It'd be great to see. Brian Messiah right on the back of Artie Fanati. Around the hairpin they go. Halen not letting his teammate get away, and Damon Punterino sticking to this lot like glue. Down the hill around the 300R and down towards Dunlop. Damon Punterino fires himself down the inside of Halen Vanetti. What a lovely move, nice and clean. Halen lets it through. This is starting to be one hell of a race already. Simon Bouquet giving Lydia Champagne a bit of a tap. Down towards Dunlop, Lydia dives up the inside. Can she get through on Bouquet? They both go off track. Very unfortunate. Not a great start, but not intentional. Rico diving up the inside of his teammate Alexander's around nets. And into the start of the Panasonic corner. Brian Messiah does exactly the same thing on Artie Fenati. Dives right up the inside into the Panasonic corner. Artie is hanging onto the back of Brian. He's almost in the boot. All the way down this long straight towards the first corner, over the line. Artie's going to tuck out of the slipstream and try and make a move. Brian goes for a defensive line, keeping Artie on the outside. David Punterino flies through the middle of the pair of them. What a move by David Punterino. Absolutely incredible stuff. Almost made it. Artie's managed to get the position back as they go into Coca-Cola. David on the inside, they make contact. David's got the inside line. Gets through. Looked like Wyatt Earp went wide back there as well. Around the 100R they go. Wyatt Earp goes very wide, allowing Rico through. He'll be kicking himself. He needs to tighten that line. That's a dead start. Alexander's on the back of Wyatt now as well. Rico pulling away. Chasing after Halen Vanetti. Wyatt Earp's got trouble from Alexander's down towards Dunlop, who's late on the brakes. Alex makes a lovely move into Dunlop up the inside of Wyatt Earp. Poor old Wyatt getting swallowed up big time. Around into nets they go. Stu Limoff being chased by Simon Bouquet, who's trying to recover from the early crash in lap 1. Lydia Champagne sticking to the back of Simon. On board with Artie Fenati using that Porsche power and the slipstream to get up to Damon Punterino. Slingshots around Damon Punterino down towards the first corner. Who's late on the brakes? Pulled a bit of a gap on Damon, but Damon's really good here. Damon late on the brakes. Lovely move up the inside of Artie Fenati. Didn't know what hit him. Thought that was game over, but no, said Damon Punterino. Down towards Coca-Cola. Can Damon hold him off? Might get a bit of a penalty for that. I think he might have abused track limits there. Not sure. Looks like Simon Bouquet and Stuart Leboeuf are having a bit of a tussle as well. Bouquet definitely would have got a penalty for that. He really did cut track limits that time. A lot of drivers take that corner very tight indeed. Halen Vanetti on the back of Artie Fenati. Still not letting the front pack get away. Got very good pace as Halen. Practice, he was absolutely astonishing. Set the fastest lap. Carlos Punterino and Scott Milano away at the front by the look of it. Halen Vanetti coming around nets. Can he find a way around Artie Fenati? Takes a dive up the inside. They both make contact and spins Artie out. That's very unfortunate. Wouldn't have been intentional, but they've let a lot of drivers through. Very unfortunate indeed. That's put Halen back to 10th. Down the straight with Carlos Punterino, showing incredible form in this round already. Set the fastest lap in qualifying and put himself on pole. Carlos must have fitted some alien technology on this car, I can tell you. Come in, Dave. It's open. Dave Onshaw's just joined us in a commentary booth. I was just saying how Carlos seems to be very rapid on this round, Dave. I'll tell you what, Carlos and Team Alien have definitely found something. With Archie getting a second place at Nürburgring last week, and Carlos is showing a hell of a pace already, I'll tell you. Could this be the end of Brian Messiah's race win run, Dave? Watch this space, that's all I can say at the moment. Brian may well recover, he's running in third at the moment, and Carlos' tyres might go, he could have an accident, who knows, but yeah, Carlos is really showing some good form. Good to see the Lexus becoming competitive though, Dave. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I love seeing these cars that, you know, people don't normally pick. and seeing them, get to the front. It's brilliant. It means that these drivers know what they're doing. Great stuff. Halen Vanini trying to make a recovery from his early crash, chasing Fabio Nitrelli. Fabio doing pretty well this round, Dave. Fabio looks good. He does. He looks like he's got control of his Porsche at last. Maybe he's found something as well. But yeah, Fabio's doing a great job so far. That Porsche looks a lot more planted than it did at the Nürburgring, that's for sure. It does. It definitely does. Wyatt Earn looking like he's going to make a move around Alexander's. Down into the first turn. Can he make it stick? Very, very hard turn to get right and easy to crash here. Easy to miss your braking zone too. Alex holds him off. Alex very good on the brakes. There's a bit of skidding going on. Not sure. Halen Vanini's crashed. Let's take a look. Hammering down towards the straight. Let's see what happened. Halen looks like he missed his braking zone, Dave. That was a classic missed your braking zone move. I've seen Rico do that as well. Yeah, easy done. One of the markers is tucked in, and it's really difficult to see that one. I suppose you're approaching that corner very quick, Dave. Some of our guys are approaching that at 180 mile an hour, but if you're in the slipstream, that could be a lot more. Artie Fedati made a move on White Earth then with that unusual wide line around the 100R. He does take a wide line round here. It kind of opens him up. That's the trouble. I know I saw Rico go do exactly the same thing a couple of laps ago, Dave. It's very easy on this track to let your guard down, and then before you know it, someone's up the inside. Alexander's running in 6th place. That's a great start for Alex. Alex looks like he's got reined in this BMW. He's doing quite well. Seems to be very planted, not sliding around. Doing a good job by the look of it. Looks like Rico's pulling away though. It does look that way. Looks like this group's being left behind a little bit into that Panasonic turn. Very difficult exit on that one. You do see a lot of the drivers spinning up on that turn. To be honest, that whole section's like it. It's stop-start and the corners are very similar. Artie Fedati coming up behind Alexander's by the look of it. Setting himself up for a move. Alex takes a defensive line. That looks like a classic block, Dave, around that corner. You have to be very careful though, because if you lose a bit of traction on exit, the guy can come up the inside and get you on a cutback. Artie got a better exit out of that corner than what Alex did. He has seemed to got past him, Dave, down towards a 100R. It's a very long corner, this one. It is a very long corner indeed. It just seems to go on forever as you're coming round. Alexander's is not giving up on Artie Fedati, but a look at it. Wyatt Earn's clinging on the back of these pair too. Down through the 300R. Wyatt goes a little bit wide and touches the green stuff. Alex is trying to hang on to the back of Artie, but he got a good drive out of there. On the brakes, on board with Wyatt Earn, trying to make a move. Could have been a disaster, that one, Dave. It's very difficult there. You're on the brakes, you're trying to make a move up the inside, but the problem is the corner turns right back on itself. So if you make contact with the car in front, you're going to spin him out, no doubt about that. Like I said, this whole section is really difficult. You want to go fast, but you can't. The faster you go, the slower you go. It's as simple as that. I suppose a lot of the corners are off camber as well, and trying to get grip through there is, very challenging. Rico Mortis looked like he's in the slipstream of David Punterino. What a lovely fly around Damon. Damon's really quick into the first turn. Can Rico block his exit? Rico's late on the brakes. Great job. That puts Rico into 4th place. I'd like to see Rico get a good result in this round. He's had some absolute... Sorry to interrupt, Dave, but Wyatt Earn is doing exactly the same thing to Alexander's. Can he make the move? Alex is very late on the brakes as well. Lovely move by Wyatt Earn. Textbook, Dave. Oh, yes. Absolutely textbook move, that. Did you know that move is called the up yours? Go away with you, I don't believe that for a minute. It is. That's in the manual. That move is called up yours. Will the group of ladies down at turn 1 please refrain from throwing their knickers at the drivers as they pass? You should see the one-way signs for underpants around the track, so please abide by the rules. Thank you. You know, I walked around the track this morning, Dave, and I couldn't believe those signs. It's a pair of knickers on like a one-way side with a cross through it. It's unbelievable. Well, we have had, you know, women who want to write their phone number on the knickers and throw them at the drivers as they come past. You know, so they've had to do something about it, basically. Yeah, but a one-way sign? Oh, whatever, next. Well, what else would you put on there? I suppose the tear-offs fly at the crowd, so it's only fair that the crowd could throw some knickers back. Well, yeah, you could look at it like that, but it's very dangerous. It looks like Fabio De Trilli and White Earth are lining up a move on Alexander's down towards the first corner. Fabio De Trilli's got the slipstream of both cars. He pops out, so does White Earth. Who's late on the brakes? Into turn one they go. It looks like Fabio De Trilli and White Earth were both late on the brakes. Blimey, that went horribly wrong. I bet you, when they were bombing into that corner, they both shouted up yours. Now then. Yeah, I see how you would shout that, Dave. I bet Alexander's was laughing his socks off when they both went straight on. Oh yes, he would have a big smile on his face, that's for sure. You don't think it was a pair of pants flying out from the crowd then, Dave? I saw a flash, but I thought it was a bird. Yeah, I suppose it could have been, yes. Carlos Punterino's back out on track with fresh tyres. White Earth stands aside. Carlos giving him a little flash to say thank you, mate. Into the hairpin he goes, chasing after Fabio De Trilli. Next in line for a hammering by the look of it. Fabio will be looking in his mirror and Carlos will be seeing the whites of Fabio's eyes as they're coming down towards Dunlop. Can Carlos make a move? Not yet. Bide your time. A very, very difficult move into here. Fabio doing all he can to try and fend off Carlos, but I fear it may be futile. Fabio goes wide. Carlos cuts up the inside. Gets a spurt out of the corner and tries to get around the outside. Fabio still holding on for dear life. Carlos makes a lovely move around that corner, Dave. Fabio still holding on, though. Fabio doing a great job trying to fend off Carlos Punterino, but he has got incredible pace on this track. No doubt about that. Back with Alexander's. Looks like Scott Milano's got in the pits and David Punterino. Artie Fenati also pitting. Alexander's in first place with Carlos Punterino in hot pursuit. I don't think Alex has pitted yet. He could well be on worn tyres. I don't think he has either, Dave. Carlos is definitely gaining on him. He's almost on the back of him now. He's dragging Fabio De Trilli all the way with him too. Carlos will be very keen to get a good points tally out of this race. You think this could be the turning point of the championship, Dave? I don't know. Brian's still quick. But, you know, I don't know whether the Beetle will favour Le Maggiore and Tokyo. It struggles on top-end speed. Yes, very fast tracks, but the handling of the Beetle has been absolutely phenomenal, Dave. Oh, there's no doubt about that. These guys have really got this thing cooking, I can tell you. This car goes around like a missile. They have got very quick in these Beetles. Like you say, though, you get a long straight or a fast track, and this car's going to struggle a little bit. I think that they are about 5 miles an hour down on speed on the track. Wyatt taking that unusually wide line again. Halen Vanetti trying to recover. We're on lap 9. Halen's still in 10th place. Can he work his way up the field? Halen's got great pace, Dave. Practice for 1:32. We all jumped into the air when Halen took the fastest lap in practice. I can tell you, we were all shouting, and I was in the pit garage with Team Simi-Tick, and I'll tell you, the place was on fire when he did that. Yes, I do understand why you like to hang on in the pits and also go back at the end of the race, because it's the atmosphere down there is absolutely intense, Dave. Oh, it is. The teams are, really, Fabio De Trilli steps aside and lets Scott Milano through. Let's not forget as well, we haven't seen a lot of Scott in this race because he's got cleared off with Carlos. Scott's had some rough rounds previous to this one, Dave. I really do hope he can get a good result out of this. Scott needs this. He really does. He does need this. Brian Messiah shoots up the inside of Fabio De Trilli and he's saying, hang on a minute, I only let one through. I don't want to let any more through. Brian's quick here, though. Brian's been quick everywhere in this championship so far. The reign of terror had to end at some point, I'm sure of it. Damon Punterino makes a lovely move up the inside of Artie Fanati. He does. Damon's got phenomenal pace as well, Dave. Really seems to be able to throw this car around. Artie Fanati trying to make a move. Can Damon hold him off? Looks like he's scrubbing off a penalty. Damon's got the inside line, but Artie's got the inside line on the next corner. But that also puts Damon on the inside of that corner. It's like a snake round there. Damon trying to hold off Artie Fanati, but the trouble is Artie Fanati's got the speed down the straight, and also will, if he manages to hold on to the back, be able to use the slipstream as well. Into the Panasonic band, Damon trying to do all he can to create a gap, but it's not working. Artie Fanati is in the slipstream, that's a dead cert, and he's also got that power of the Porsche down through here, Dave. That Porsche is like a rocket down through here, I tell you. It really has got some top end and some push. Look at that, look, straight past, no problem. Yeah, but I think it's a little bit heavier than the Porsche, so it takes a bit more stopping. Look at Damon Punterino shoot up the inside of Artie Fanati. He wasn't expecting that. That was a fantastic move by Damon Punterino, I tell you. He really means business. This looks like this is going to be the next few laps. Is going to be one hell of a show, Robin. This is what we're here for, folks. This is absolutely phenomenal stuff. Damon Punterino holding off Artie Fanati. At some point, the tyres will be gone and somebody will have to yield. Damon very quick. Artie trying to hold on to the back. We've got Simon Bouquet and Alexander's also having a bit of a tussle as well. Simon Bouquet doing very well in 10th place. I think these Team Rizzlers doing very well this round, Robin, to be honest. They're, the cars look planted, they're not sliding around. Looks like they got a good setup, the car's fast. It is, Dave, you're dead right there. Artie Fanati still trying to hang on to the back of Damon Punterino. Damon desperate to get some wind between him and Artie. Still scrubbing off a bit of a penalty. Gets a good exit out onto the start straight, but I fear Artie's speed and top end will rein him in. Just watch this. Just watch this. Look, Artie Fanati in the slipstream, caning the crap out of that Porsche. You watch this, he'll catch right up to him, overtake, and Damon, yeah, exactly that, slips out. He's got the right line though, he might be able to block Damon into the bend. Yeah, make a little bit of contact, but yeah, great move by Artie Fanati, well executed. That is the textbook up yours manoeuvre, the same as what Damon pulled on him a lap earlier. I still think you're having me on, Dave. There's no way they call that manoeuvre the up yours. Well, I thought they called it send it. Some of them do, but that's just slang. Okay, well, whatever you say. Damon Punterino swoops right around the outside and into the hairpin and drops himself right next to Artie Fanati, who in turn tries to fend him off. There they go, side by side around the 300R and down towards Dunlop. Both exactly on the brakes at the same time, Dave. Two top drivers, probably going to have exactly the same braking spot. Most of these drivers all have the same braking spot. Sometimes you miss it a bit and sometimes you brake a bit earlier, but they'll all be aiming for the same bit. Damon doing all he can. Those tyres are screaming, the engine's screaming. Damon shaking his fist and rattling the steering wheel like a madman, I should think. Absolutely great stuff this is. This is what I love about racing. Right up the Jacksy all the way down the straight and then pop out. Look at that, look. Artie Fanati straight through, no problem. Damon's doing all he can to beat him in through the twisties, but down this straight, he pulls it all back. Damon looks like he's going to make a move again, Dave. Late on the brakes. Straight up the inside. Block Artie Fanati's entry into the corner. Lovely move again. Another perfect up yours, that was. You wait, when the race is finished, I'm going to go and ask some of these drivers if that is actually what it's called. Yeah, and I bet you they come back with the same answer as what I've just said. You don't believe me, I'm telling you. Damon is definitely pulling a little bit of a gap. All the while, they're letting this man get away. Rico is pulling out on these guys. All this argy-bargy, Dave, doesn't half slow you down. It does slow you down, but I'll tell you what, it's great fun. I suppose there's not much fun in driving round on your own. No, it's okay. You know, you've got to win the race, and the only way to do that really is to get to the front and clear off. And that's generally, everybody would like to do that, but when you get caught up in this sort of thing, it is great. I tell you what as well, Dave, they must be fairly calm, because I've not seen one pair of tear-offs fly out of any of these two cars. I agree, I've not seen that. I've seen a few pairs of pants fly onto the track at the end of this straight, but I've not seen any go the other way. I suspect a few people will be getting fined. Artie Fedati gets a great exit out of the Panasonic corner. Slips in front of David Punterino. Can he hold him off this time? Down towards the first turn. Artie needs to move over. He does. Goes on a defensive line into the corner. Is it the end of David Punterino's tyres? Artie does a great job holding him off. David catches a little bit of the green stuff. Artie gets a good exit out of there. Down towards Coca-Cola. That could well be the end of the challenge so far. Artie's in the front now. He's going to try and pull a gap. Yeah, but David's blisteringly fast, taking this wide line up towards the hairpin, Dave. Here he goes again. David Punterino shoots up the inside of Artie Fedati. Can he get the job done? He does. That was a great move, Dave. I'll tell you what, I thought this was over. I thought Damon was done, but no, he ain't. He's giving this all he's got, and good on him. Slams on the brakes down into Dunlop. Manages to hold off Artie Fedati for another lap. I'm sorry, Jack Top's waiting in the wings, but we can't go away from this for a minute. We've got to watch this challenge. Jack will have to hold on for a minute until this has calmed down. This is absolutely brilliant. This is what the crowd want. They loving this. Stulabov's up the road. He'll have to step aside and let these pair through. Artie's still on the back of Damon. He will still beat him down that straight, Dave. Damon's got no answer for that, I'm afraid. You know, apart from swerving all over the track, trying to hold him off, but that's just unfair and very unsportsmanlike. Artie swoops back around. Surely it's now or never, Dave. Somebody's got to yield at one time or another. Stu LeBoeuf in the way. Damon straight up the inside again. Stu must have stepped aside. Yes, he has, onto the grass. Let's let Artie through. Let's give Artie a good gap, that is. That could well be it. Will the group of ladies down in turn one please refrain from throwing their knickers at the drivers as they go past? How many pairs have you got, for God's sake? You should see the one-way signs for underpants around the track, so please abide by the rules. You will cause an accident. Thank you. Oh, he always got to come on when it's getting good, isn't he? He's just doing his job, Dave. Artie Fedati holding off David Punterino. These pair going at it hammer and tongue. Around, out of Dunlop and into the Nets corner. Artie pulling a bit of a gap. Can David get back on him? But I feel his tyres may well be shot. Artie trying to get a good exit out onto the start straight. Can he get the job done? Then listen to those tyres scream, folks. My word. Artie gets a good exit. He's pulling away. This could be it, Dave. I don't believe that for 1 minute. I think Damon's still going to have another go. You wait and see. Rico, Brian and Carlos all in the pits. Lap 16. Always seem to have a strategy, does Carlos and Rico and Brian. You gotta come here with a strategy. There's no way you can expect to do well if you don't know how you're going to work your tyres, how you're going to work your fuel. You need a strategy, otherwise you're just flying blind. I fear Damon's tyres are shot. He did not spin up coming out of turn one there, Dave. I'll tell you what, he held on as I can't believe how long he lasted on them tyres. He did a phenomenal job there. That was fantastic. Scott Milano in first place. Scott been really struggling in the last few rounds. Retired on 2 races. Lost a lot of points. So let's go down to pit lane and have a quick word with our ex-physical trainer and loquacious guru who's been waiting very patiently in the wings, Jack Tupp. How's it going, Jack? Many thanks, Robin. I'm down here in pit lane with Brian Messiah's new head mechanic, Phil de Tonk. Hello, Phil. Nice to meet you. Can you tell us what the secret is to Brian's success? Well, it was very simple, really. We told him to take a break and get himself together, so he went on holiday. He was meant to go to a place called Skegness, but went to a place called Bangkok instead. Obviously, he changed his mind at the last minute. I hear it's very beautiful there. It is very beautiful, and we felt that Brian was searching for something, so we told him to go. What exactly do you mean, searching for something? Well, it wasn't until he came back from Bangkok that we realized. Realized? How do you mean? Well, on his way to Skegness, he got on a plane at the Heathrow airport. He was texting us with updates along the way, which we thought was a bit crazy, but hey-ho. He was complaining how far it was, then he was complaining how hot it was, then he was complaining about the water. He lost a lot of weight in Skegness. His new girlfriend was very hairy. You named it, the list goes on. He was a bit upset because he could not understand a word they were saying. We thought it was the Lincolnshire accent. But no, we realized what it was when he came back. Go on. He was wearing the wrong glasses. That's why he's doing all this winning. There you have it, Robin. All you need is the right equipment and you're good to go. Back to you. Many thanks, Jack. I'll tell you what, Dave. I would not believe for 1 minute that Brian Messiah has not won a championship simply because he was not wearing the right glasses. You'd be surprised, you know, a lot of people are very superstitious, you know, they do little things before the race, you know, bit of yoga or whatever, and I don't think that, you know, that ritual of putting on the right glasses is any different. But, you know, wouldn't that have been a bit dangerous wearing the wrong glasses? I'll tell you what, he was complaining a bit that the corners seemed to come up really quick. And, yeah, he was braking too early and slowing himself down. I see now because he had the wrong glasses on, he was almost zooming in, Dave. Yeah, you could say it was something like that. Blimey, well, he'll have to mark them up with some tape or something so he knows he's got the right ones on from now on. I fear that he may well have got the wrong ones on at the moment, to be honest. But let's hope that will be rectified very soon. Carlos Punterino doing an incredible job in first place. Absolutely running away with this. Set the fastest lap in the race so far. Took pole position. That'll be 10 points. I hear we are dropping the points on the bonus for the next championships, Dave. That is correct. There will no longer be, when we do the X1X Championship, there will no longer be 5 for pole and 4 fast lap. It will be down to 1 point for both to coincide with the Formula One regulations. Yes, I suppose we must abide by the rules. Look, why did we have the 5 and 5? Well, Race Direction originally did that so that, you know, it would make people try harder to get, you know, a fast lap and, you know, do pole. But I suppose in the end they want to do that anyway, so they don't really need any incentive. Well, it has been a test formula, and clearly it doesn't make a difference. So, you know, and I agree with a lot of the drivers. A lot of them have said that, you know, if you win the race, you should leave here with the most points. Yeah, that does make sense. That does make sense. Well, it'd be a complete bummer for David Punterino's again with Artie Fanati by the look of it. I was saying it would be a bummer if, you know, the guy in second place won the championship purely for getting fast lap and pole position, yet you won every race. Yeah, that would be soul-destroying, there's no doubt about that. David Punterino is back with Artie Fanati almost. On board with Simon Bouquet chasing his teammate Alex Anders. Alex goes way wide, allowing Bouquet through into the 100R. We are almost at the closing points in the race. We've got 4 laps to go. Into the hairpin goes Bouquet. Those tyres are screaming for mercy. Saturday will be set up in the chairs, shouting and hollering, "Come on, Simon!" Will one of the group of ladies down at turn 1 please go on track and collect their parachute? It's a very large piece of material on the track and it needs removing before the drivers come round. Thank you. I don't think that's a parachute, Robin. I'll tell you, that's probably some old girl's pair of knickers. Oh, yes. Some of those old girls do have large pairs of knickers, Dave, that's for sure. I know my wife, when she pegged the washing out in a gale, we actually bet the washing whirligig. Blimey, that must have been a large pair of knickers. Well, as they say, the bigger they are, the more they bend. Fabio Nitrelli doing a great job in 7th place, really good to see. Right, I'm off. I'm down to pit lane to watch this end of the race. Thanks for having me. Take care, people. Cheers, Robin. Bye. Many thanks, Dave. Take care. See you later. Dave Archer making his way down to the pit garage so he can watch it with the teams as they come in. He seems to love that. It is great, though, I must admit. Like he said before, the atmosphere down there is incredible. Looks like Alex Anders and Simon Bouquet are having a bit of a last-minute fight. And that looks like Halen Vanetti in the background. Down towards Dunlop they go. Alex Anders trying to get around Simon Bouquet. As they say, folks, if you can't beat the winners, the next best thing is to beat your teammate. That does your career the world of good. Alexander's diving up the inside of Simon Bouquet, pushes him out wide. Simon reins it back in. Around into Panasonic corner they go. Alex will be looking for a tight line so Simon can't get up the inside. But Simon's very good in the slipstream. Down through the straight, doing exactly what Arnie Finardi did. 2 BMWs roaring down this straight. The crowd are on their feet watching Simon Bouquet, trying to make a move up the inside of Alexander's. Down they go towards the first turn. Watch out for the knickers. Simon Bouquet laid on the brakes. What a great job by Simon. Oh, those discs were a glowing red. He was stamping on those brakes down towards there. Looks like Stuart LeBoeuf's retired. Sorry to see Stu go. Lydia Champagne retired around lap 5, I think. Had some kind of technical issue. Sorry to see Lydia go early. She's finished every race so far. I'm sure she'll be back, folks. Alex Anders and Simon Bouquet at it again. Simon goes in a little bit tight and clips that curb, giving Alex Anders a little bit of room. All the while, Halen Vanetti is closing in. Down towards Dunlop. Alex makes a lunge up the inside of Simon. Can he get the job done? Simon yields and lets him through. Hey, oh, looks like Wyatt Earps had an accident. Do we get a replay? Here we go. Wyatt Earp, hard on the brakes, trying to get up the inside of Fabio Nitrelli. Lost it on exit. Easy done there, folks. That's a really sharp turn. Just a little bit too much gas. That's Simon and Alex going through. And that's let Halen Vanetti through as well. He'll be shaking his fist and kicking himself for that. That's really let Halen get on the back of Simon Bouquet. Around Nance and up towards the Panasonic turn. Who could get a good entry onto the straight? Simon's at the back as well. He'll be looking for that slipstream again. Halen will have the slipstream of both cars. Down to start the penultimate lap. Halen's right on the back of Simon Bouquet almost now. Can he make a move? Down towards the Panasonic corner, dodging all those pairs of knickers and parachutes. Halen looks to make a move up the inside. Bouquet's very good on the brakes here. Holds him off. Halen desperate to get past these pair and get into the 8th position. Can he do it? The crowd are on their feet. Halen trying to look for any which way around Simon Bouquet, who's holding him up and not letting him hit Alexander's. Halen Vanetti looking to swoop around the outside of Simon, but Simon goes wide, goes defensive. Halen looks up the inside, nowhere to go as Bouquet shuts the door. Saturner and the girls are on their feet. I can see them from here, shouting and hollering. Come on, Daddy. Down towards Dunlop for the penultimate time. Halen Vanetti really on fire now. Trying to rein these pair in. Can he make a move on Simon Bouquet? Simon doing everything he can. Trying to keep it smooth, but trying to keep the speed at the same time. Halen's almost on him now. He's almost in the boot. Halen looks up the inside. Gets the job done. Lovely move by Halen Vanetti. Can Simon Bouquet get him back down the straight though? Simon Bouquet's very good using a slipstream. I've said it many times. He's going to use that to get it back up to Alexander's UNC, folks. Here we go. Starting to build up towards the first turn. Saturn, Herrera and Philippa are on their feet watching Danny go past. Down towards the first corner. Simon Bouquet gets on the inside. He's late on the brakes. Can he make it into the corner? He does. He holds off Halen Vanatti, but can Halen get him on a cutback? Simon shuts the door. Round the first corner and down towards Coca-Cola. Simon doing all he can not to go wide. This is almost over, folks. The last lap. Can Halen make a move? Back with Carlos Punterino coming over the line. Takes his first win of the season and a fantastic win for Team Alien. Well done, Carlos, with Scott Milano doing a phenomenal job in second place. Absolutely brilliant stuff for Scott Milano. He definitely needed that. Well done, Scott Milano. Brian Messiah takes a very respectable third. That's the first time Brian will be off the top spot. Rico Mortis coming in fourth. Well done, Rico. Superb job. And Artie Fadati, who was trying to cling on the back, brings it home in fifth place. Fantastic job, Artie Fadati. And David Punterino bringing it home in sixth place. Alex Anders taking seventh place. Well done, Alex. You brought it home. Simon Bouquet coming in eighth. And Fabio Nitrelli in ninth. With Wyatt Earp in 10th. And it looks like Halen Vanetti crashed at the back. Bringing it home in 11th place. Well done, Halen. That was absolutely incredible, folks. So let's take a look at the final race positions. Carlos Punterino taking his first win of the season in first place. Second place for Scott Milano and third for Brian Messiah. Fourth, Rico Mortis. Fifth, Artie Fadati. Sixth for Damon Punterino and seventh for Alex Anders. Bouquet in eighth. Fabio Nitrelli in ninth and Wyatt Earp in 10th. Halen Vanetti crosses the line in 11th place and Stu LeBoeuf retired, and so did Lydia Champagne. So let's take a look at the podium. Congratulations to Carlos Punterino for first position and Scott Milano for a fantastic second, with Brian Messiah on the third step for the first time this championship. So let's take a look at the championship results so far. Brian Messiah at the top of the table with 141 points, with Carlos Punterino closing on him with 101. David Punterino on 87 and Rico Mortis in fourth place on 58, with Artie Fadati 3 behind on 55. Scott Milano 47, Halen Vanetti 45, Archie Angelo, who did not race, 43, Wyatt Earp on 38 and Alex Anders on 32. Simon Bouquet on 30 points and Lydia Champagne on 17, with Fabio Nitrelli on 16 and Stu LeBoeuf on 7 points. So let's take a look at the team table. At the top of the table still with a whopping 250 points is Team Simitech, with Alien Lexus on 176 and Sky Sports move up to third with 125. Rizzler BMW on 120. Well, that's it, folks. In a fortnight's time, we broadcast from Italy on the beautiful La Maggiore circuit for the penultimate round. But for now, from me, David, and the team, thanks for watching. Take care and goodbye.